You have any question?
All right, please enter your questions in the chat box. All right, so first question, is suffering a necessity for flourish and deeper meaning?
Now, you can, for the answer in my whole keynote, that without suffering, life too easy, you don't feel the need to dig deeper. That's why pandemic is a wake-up call. The shallow life, just ordinary life without comfort and pleasure, does not prepare you for the horror of being. When horrible things happen, the shallow life is not prepared for that. So when that happens, we feel overwhelmed, feel confused. That's why it's a wake-up call. That's why we go, wow, I need something deeper. I need an anchor that holds in storm. I need to find a way to experience peace in the eye of a hurricane. So that's why suffering is not only inevitable, but it is essential for us to develop a deeper life. Okay, next question.
Okay, so Paul, of all the strategies you have personally engaged to transcend suffering, failure, rejection, which have you found most personally and practically helpful?
I can answer that last part. Why don't you show me the text?
Of all the strategies you have personally engaged to transcend suffering, failure, rejection, which have you found most personally and practically helpful?
I mentioned to many people that every day I spend an hour in prayer before I start working. So for me, the most practical thing, I always tell my clients as well, I say, when the problem is beyond human control, when there's systematic discrimination and injustice against minority like me, a outlaw from China, and who does not speak perfect English, and who have yellow skin, my ideas are not accepted. Okay, and everywhere I'm like walking in a minefield. One wrong step can blow me up to pieces. So I have to depend on God every day, every minute. So for me, the most practical way is to trust God, trust Jesus. I pray every moment, every day. You don't believe me? Ask my wife, ask my sister. I pray all the time. That's what gives me strength. When weak, I become strong. Because God's grace is sufficient. Okay. Any more questions?
Okay, next question. A continuous theme of Dr. Wang and others is about the need for spirituality. But how can we develop a faith or hope when it is not subject to cognitive acceptance?
You know, people have been brainwashed by scientism. That I believe science has all the answer. Science can explain the mystery, the wonders of the cosmos. And material can answer, science and technology can meet our needs. But that is an illusion. We are paying for that. We have to humble ourselves, say, we are just creatures. We are fragile human beings. The death only just a breath away. So we don't know all the answers. We need a sense of humility. That's why self-transcendence, way of life, and all the spiritual and wise way of life is based on assumption that we'll learn how to fit in the larger scheme of things. We don't have all the answers. We'll keep on learning. We'll keep on being dead and reborn. The old useless stuff had to die. The new more helpful stuff had to be reborn. So the only way we can learn spirituality or anything of value is to realize that we are excellent human beings with our best brain, best mind are still limited. There are very few Einsteins. There are very few people so smart as Freud. So most people, even the smarter people, even Einstein himself, believe there's something he doesn't know. So a sense of community is essential for us to benefit from the riches of a spiritual life. I don't have to believe in God to have a spiritual life, but need to have an attitude of humility, curiosity, and a sense of wonder about to learn something new every day. So I learn something new every day. I'm in my 80s. I'm still learning every day. Okay, no more questions. Time is up. This old man is tired. Bye-bye.